So Jim, do we need to hire Rod Cunningham to hunt down some,
Help me out, yeah.
get the
Maybe
family,
these people should give us permission to hunt.
get the family out of there?
Hey, we are live, so we're gonna wait a few minutes till Lori gets here, but watch your P's and Q's till then. Well, allegedly, this is like the ghost coon now, because when Dan McLaren arrived on the scene to see what was going on, he saw it laying on the ground and still breathing or something. And then by the time Joe got there, it had sauntered off. So,
He wasn't around.
Maybe it'll tell its friends not to go.
yeah. And best I could tell, it was there was some bird nests up there that the raccoon was trying to get to the nest, the eggs or whatever. Just touched the wrong two things at the wrong time.
And then our guys can't touch any of that, right?
Correct. We have to wait for Duke to show up, and unfortunately it takes minimum an hour, in this case, hour and a half, and middle of the night, so.
It's never a good time, but that's for residential, that's a good time.
Yeah, it wasn't 10 below and it wasn't.
It wasn't
It was
85, it wasn't 10 below or 85, so.
Good.
Did you look at the Facebook comments?
We saw a few.
Is there anything that we can do to make things better, or is it just one of those, it is what
Uh,
it is?
I asked Joe today, I said, let's just go look at things, and if there's restrictions we can add to the, it's really IMPA's substation, so we'd have to work with and through them if we added stuff, so. If you remember, we had a squirrel issue out at the
Right.
sub out west, and then IMPA actually put up an electric fence inside the big fence. There's an electric fence, 120 volt, to keep squirrels, if they come and hit that fence, it'll shy them away, so. There's possibly something we could do there. Looks like most of the rain is traveling south of us across the state, and there's just a few little bands.
Gonna miss some of this patch then, huh?
We'll probably get a little bit. So your generator got a little workout then the other night, Mark. Is that true?
It did. It does work, which is nice to know.
Is it straight gas or diesel?
LP.
LP. Oh, even better.
I think natural gas would be better, but I don't think they want to come out that far.
Might be more likely to get fiber. They just ran fiber underneath the road right by my house,
Is that what they were doing?
heading south.
Was that fiber? I was wondering what that was.
Well, I think so.
How far
maybe
did
It's
they,
orange. Usually gas is yellow. But
how far did they go?
I don't know if they went past 300 or not.
I thought maybe TBS was replacing some pedestals under 19.
It could be.
We tried to get natural gas.
We did try,
We did try.
just a little.
If it wasn't a state highway, it could have happened.
Peter, you met your new neighbors yet?
Yes. Yeah, briefly, Friday night he was mowing, so. Good one.
Kids, no kids, or? Good.
You want,
Older kid.
you want to just go and do the first couple items
Yeah,
We
could
might
go
as
ahead.
well.
Yep.
and get that out of the way?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and call the May 4th, 2026 Tipton Utility Service Board meeting to order. The first item on the agenda are the minutes from the last meeting.
They be approved as submitted.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as submitted. Any questions on that? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And we'll move to claims.
Make a motion, we pay claims 27,820 through 27,883 for $377,854.60.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to pay claims as submitted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I think we're up to you, sir.
All right, so sent out the March financials and everything looked to be in order. Trending in the right direction, just catching up a little bit more on the water plant now that some of the capital spend has come down a little bit. Just be aware that we'll have our normal biannual stormwater payment going out the door pretty soon. I think it's due in June, so we usually try to get them paid in May.
The West wastewater, the West Water Department changed what, negative some dollars? Well, is that because of the monthly, will catch up?
Yes, yeah, it fluctuates. The dollars are low, but, hey, Lori.
Sorry,
Oh,
thank you.
you're
You're all
good.
right. You're all right.
Thank you.
And just moving on to other stuff, along the same lines, Mark, we will be adding a customer out west. Our friends at Speedway have called for a pre-construction meeting tomorrow. Utilities will attend, and probably several others. And when I talked to them on the phone, I'm like, well, how soon will we be able to pump gas and fill up out there? And they said by the end of the year, so they get those things done pretty quick.
Wow.
Just a few other matters, Lori. We went through the normal minutes and claims and financials, so nothing out of the ordinary there. On the safety front, we will have safety training on blood pathogens Wednesday, May 20th, so a little bit for everybody at the utility and city to participate. On the PR front, I sent out to the board a crisis communication plan. It's something I've been working on for a few months. I wanted to wait. We had one of our department heads was on sick leave after a back surgery, and I wanted to wait until he got back to then take it out to the troops and sit down. And I mean, we went through this 2 years ago when we had our cybersecurity incident, and generally things went well. There were a few hiccups, and we've got new employees, and some people don't want to say anything, and other people want to say too much. And we just want to remind them on how to handle things and what to engage with and what not to engage with. Had great input from the mayor on that plan. So now I will get copies front and back laminated, go through it with everybody and have it, hanging right there next to the bulletin board with all the other pertinent information, just as a reminder. So I've gotten some feedback from Mark, and we'll adopt those changes on, instead of naming names, just name the mayor, the commissioner president, the utility board chairman, and leave names out of it, because those will eventually change.
Do you guys ever do like a tabletop exercise where you like mock an emergency so everyone can practice their role?
We've done that down at IMPA on an obviously larger scale, but this will be the first introduction of anything of this nature. So the tabletop, I guess, will be, I'm gonna meet with each department individually with their employees and associates. And I'm gonna sit down and say, just go through examples. Hey, if this happens, guess who's gonna be calling? And guess what your response is gonna be? It's gonna be this, but not this. So not like, I know what you're talking about. It won't be that level of sophistication and detail, but we'll start here.
Yeah, I think it's good. I appreciate you putting this together because a lot of places don't have procedures written, and then you get an emergency situation that is emotional with no procedure and
Yep.
get mistakes.
We learned on the fly last time, and luckily everybody's got phones and texts, and I can say, hey, if anybody calls, send them to me. That caught 90% of things that went on. And,
Because they definitely did call.
oh yeah,
So they were curious.
and showed up in person.
Yeah. So it's very relevant. It's a relevant topic, and covering it's extremely necessary. So
On the IT front, I've been sharing a few things with Parker. We've had some struggles getting response and updates to our website, and I ran into our local IT website developer today, and he's got a new role actually within the city and county. And I said, hey, I got a guy, if you don't mind me reaching out. He said, please do. He goes, I tried like 2 or 3 times to do what GoDaddy, who's our web host, said, just do these things and you'll be back to square one. Well, that didn't work. And I think we just need another set of eyes on it. So I'm going to pull in another third-party vendor. And the good news is all our customers that like to pay online still have that ability through our website. We didn't lose that, but we lost some pretty important information about what are our rates and what are our terms and conditions for electrical, and just things that I can point people to when they call instead of have to email it out. So stay tuned there. I'll work through Parker mostly on that and then inform the board as we get moving forward. Really nothing new on the IMPA front. We'll have our next board meeting at the end of the month. I'm sure I'll bring back a thing or two. Wastewater sewer use ordinance. Been very quiet until today, about 2 p.m. I received 2 emails from IDEM saying, we can't follow this and we need to do that. And I was like, okay, there's quite a bit they said we need to address, and I will engage with Matt Smith and we'll get that done. I would say probably sometime in June, we'll be ready to have a resolution to approve an updated sewer use ordinance. And then we'll take that, because it is an ordinance, it's a city ordinance actually. We'll take it to the city and ask them to do the same.
What would be the updates? Or what kind of information
So-
does that include?
Every 5 years, we renew our National Pollutant Discharge Permit, NPDS, and it's very thick. I mean, I don't know, 70, 80 pages worth of stuff. And then we have a sewer use ordinance over here that's kind of stands on its alone, and it's very specific for different types of users, whether you're a restaurant, there's certain things we require that not necessarily in the NPDS. Anyway, there is some overlap, and they want to make sure that we're talking the same language and we're not telling them something. Their IDEM's not telling us something in the NPDS permit, and we're saying something different over here. So they're cross-checking, and Matt Smith did the same thing for us a month ago when we sent it to IDEM. So they've done, looks like a fairly thorough review, and we just need to square the 2 things out. Because we had an updated NPDS permit last year, and we keep we kept thinking, well, we'll do the sewer use when the new customer out west was gonna have some significant changes. They're gonna add some constituents that aren't even addressed in the sewer use. And we kept getting permission to wait. And I did said, we can't wait any longer for these folks. Let's go ahead and update it. And then if they come back around, you just have to update it again. So that's where we're at. On the project front, we did get our new pumps installed and the old pumps moved to another lift station. That went not quite flawlessly, but went very well. Got done in 3 days with a third-party contractor, and you'll soon see $45,000 worth of bills come through for approval. But all's good there. 45,000 seems to be the operative number. I might want to spend that kind of money to do some sewer repairs over on Independence Street by the library and the Mad Tap and that area. It's been a challenge through the years. The pipes are old. It's a combined sewer, and it's not happened lately, but we're aware that a big storm event can cause some problems in that area. And we know what to do to fix it. And we've got 3 quotes that I haven't really thoroughly evaluated. It's going to be in the $45,000 range. We got to dig up the street, tear out some sidewalks, and replace, I want to say it's 180 feet of sewer that's not just 5 foot deep, but 8 or 9 foot deep. We're not equipped to do that with our folks, and trench boxes. And so we're going to look to a third party contractor, and I'll be asking the board to let's make that investment. The ball fields, if you've driven by there lately, lots of stuff going on down there. Our sewer work's done, the contractor's sewer work's done. They're tied into us, and then the new water line. We tapped our water main going along the highway, and then they'll connect to that and run back to the concession stand and whatnot. It's all a part of their project, other than we did the tap part.
Very good.
I mentioned earlier the new speedway at Campbell Crossing set to kick off tomorrow, I guess, officially. And really no new news on any of the other properties in the city or out there. And we'll meet again in 2 weeks. So
Haven't heard from the car wash.
no, I left not last week, but the week before my bi-weekly voicemail.
I'm sure we're not a priority, just curious.
I don't think it's
So,
the person she was very helpful to
Yeah.
start with. She's waiting on corporate out in Pennsylvania to give her
Yeah.
some guidance. That's where the bottleneck is, so.
Understood. Anybody have any questions from the board for Jim? Comments, concerns? In lieu of no one in the audience this evening, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Motion been made and second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. We are adjourned.
Right there.